As you know that the term of the State Assembly in Punjab is due to expire on 27th March 2022, and elections are scheduled for 117 assembly constituencies, out of which 83 are general ACs and 34 are SCs constituencies in the state. Election Commission of India is committed to conduct the forthcoming elections in a very fair, free and inducement-free manner. Our endeavor is to achieve maximum participation of all the voters, including new voters, women, persons with disability and senior citizens. During this visit on 15th and on today itself, the Commission has met with representatives of 6 national and 2 state-level political parties. The Commission has taken cognizance of issues and concerns raised by them, which I will elaborate further. After meeting the political parties, the Commission reviewed overall poll preparedness with the district election officers and the deputy commissioners, police commissioners, SSPs of all the 23 districts, as also the chief electoral officer, state police nodal officer, and CAPF nodal officer, as well as the health department nodal officer. The Commission also met with the nodal officers of the enforcement agencies like Excise, Income Tax, Director of Revenue Intelligence, Directorate of Enforcement Directorate, GST Commissionerate, Narcotics Control Bureau, Railway and Airport Authorities, as well as RBI and the state-level bankers committee. To absolutely control and to review in detail the strategy to curb misuse of money, drugs, liquor, and freebies distribution during the election, as also ensuring effective and non-partisan action on the ground. The Commission discussed the administrative support and other election-related arrangements with the Chief Secretary, DGP, Home Secretary, Secretary Finance, Secretary Health, and other senior officials of the state. The concerns were highlighted by the political parties. Yesterday, first of all, our meeting took place with the political parties, and they had raised certain concerns, which I will narrate briefly. All political parties expressed their concern about the law and order situation in wake of impending elections and use of cash, liquor, drugs, and other freebies during the forthcoming elections. They also mentioned the different ways being adopted by certain party candidates. They requested for deployment of adequate CAPF arrangements. The representative also desired that sensitive AC should be particularly monitored for distribution of such freebies. Some party also highlighted the issue of inequitable treatment and non-cooperation by the local administration, as also lack of security provided to them. Most party representative voiced concern regarding partisan behavior from local administration. Some political representative also complained that local administration is not granting permission for holding rallies even on the designated government grounds in a fair manner. All political parties desired 100% deployment of VVPAT along with the EVMs. Party representative also desired 100% webcasting coverage on polling day from all the polling stations to ensure transparency. Some political parties also opined that duplication of names in some of the voter list, as also names of migrant workers in the voter list. Cutting across party lines, representative requested the Commission to take stern measures to create a conducive atmosphere for free and fair elections. Now I shall apprise you about the specific initiatives and directions of the Commission to address these concerns and other concerns. ECI has always recognized that after the voters, political parties are the most important stakeholders in the election process. The Commission has assured the political party representative that our endeavor is to conduct free, fair, participative, inclusive, and inducement-free elections. Since our endeavor is to encourage maximum voter turnout, we have also analyzed the specific low voter turnout constituencies. Commission's officers have been holding regular meetings with all district electoral officers and taking stock of ground situations. Let me give you some more details about that. Voter registration. We have to appreciate that the right to vote is a valued responsibility. We should make every effort to participate in the elections to strengthen our democracy. In 2017 assembly elections, voter turnout was 77.4%, and in 2019 general elections it dropped to 65.96%. I've always maintained that every voter, in fact, has two specific touch points with the election process. Once at the time of registration, and second at the time of casting his vote. Our teams are ensuring that ease of voting should be our guiding factor. In our recently conducted special summary revision exercise, the final electoral roll, for which we will be published on 5th of January 2022, as and though date, we have enlisted 2,74,177 new voters in the state. I am happy to inform you that in the process, we have improved our gender ratio from previous 898 to 902, meaning more females have been registered as voters. And I am very happy to say that this time the female have crossed 1 crore mark in the state in the voter list. The final figures will be clear when the exercise will be concluded. And we have been able to map 1,40,835 PWD voters, the persons with disabilities, 5,16,567 voters of 80 plus age, 1,11,941 service voters, and 1,72,608 first-time voters of age 18-19 years. It has been our endeavor and continuous efforts that each and everyone who has completed the age of 18 as of 1st of January 2022 should be put into the voter list. The persons with the disabilities have been, found out from the different departments' database, and our teams have worked very hard into this, which has resulted into enrollment of new voters to this extent that as on date, 2.2 crore voters are existing on the electoral roll of the state. And polling stations and voter facilitation efforts, keeping in view the COVID social distancing norms, the Commission has specifically revised some extent norms. Earlier, there used to be a booth over 1,500 persons, which we have reduced to 1,200, so that there should be sufficient time and the proper self-distancing, the social distancing can be maintained, because of which we have increased our booths by 1,478 from the last elections, and the total number of polling booths is 24,689 at present in whole of Punjab. ECI has also assured all political party representatives that webcasting will be arranged in all polling stations except the polling stations in the border districts which comes under shadow areas. Otherwise, for making the transparency, all polling booths will be having a webcasting, which is a very important step towards the transparency and absolutely a neutrality, and the person can see that the elections are absolutely in a very free and fair manner. To make elections more accessible, the Commission has directed that all polling stations shall be located on the ground floor with assured minimum facilities like drinking water facility, toilets, ramps, wheelchair, electricity, volunteers, shades, help desk, etc. We have given a very heavy emphasis that our all polling booths should be accessible. For the person with disability, all arrangements will be made, like free transport to pick them up and to drop them, with the voluntary assistance at the polling booths, proper ramps on the polling booths, arrangement of the wheelchairs, so that they should also be absolutely, feeling good while come to the polling stations, and their experience should be absolutely hassle-free, and they should be in absolutely good position to cast their vote. As a part of the Commission's initiative to provide a comfortable experience to women voters, we are going to set up 165 all women-managed polling stations in the state. That is give a boost of confidence even to the rural ladies who can come and cast their votes. And that gives a sense of empowerment to women that the total polling booth is totally managed by the ladies only. Similarly, to give further and confidence boost to the PWDs, we have also managed that 57 polling booths will be totally set up in the state, will be totally managed by the person with a disability. In the sweep programs, in the morning, we have met various persons with disabilities. And it was a remarkable courage which they have shown to be registered as a voter, to lead their lives. We want a very special treatment to the person with the disabilities and to give confidence and to show them they are much better than many of our normal persons also. So that will be a very big, image boosters and big facilities will be provided to them. And there will be more emphasis on the development of the rural polling stations. That even all rural polling stations, most of them will be visited by the senior officers, and all arrangements of the assured minimum facilities will be provided to those polling stations as well. Commission has already issued guidelines regarding postal ballot by absentee voters in the category of senior citizens, PWD, electors, and COVID-19 suspects or affected persons. For 18+ persons, it is only optional that they can give the vote from home as an absentee voter. In those cases, the Election Commission will be at their doorstep. But if they want to come to the polling stations, they will always be welcome. And in case they are not in a position to come to the polling stations, they will have to give their options in form number 12D. And all arrangements will be done in a very transparent manner with a videography, with the intimation to the political parties that the persons are going to get the vote casted from their home, their place. As I already told you that in the state there are 1.4 lakh PWDs and over 5.16 lakhs 80+ senior citizens. The Commission during the review meeting directed all DOs to carry out a focused drive to enroll all eligible PWD voters. ECI's PWD app helps such voters to get enrolled and get access to special facilitation services. The PWD app has also been translated into regional languages, available in 11 languages, including English, Hindi, and Punjabi. 500 polling stations in the low voter turnout ACs have been identified for targeted interventions like Chunav Chaupal, Chunav Mitra, booth electoral literacy. As you know that there was a turnout of 77.4% in 2017 election. We have identified certain constituencies which is numbering 500 polling stations where the polling turnout was less than the state average. So we are doing a targeted, intervention into that area. We will be, telling them absolutely that how it is important to cast their vote, and the importance of the vote will be explained to them through BLO and through our sweep program, that is the Systematic Voters Education Program. We want that each and every one should cast the vote. The voting right has not come suddenly to us. It has absolutely been given to each and every adult. And we would like that each and every person who is a voter should exercise that right absolutely in a very free and fair manner. Regarding the money power which has been mentioned by the parties also, and the Commission has taken cognizance of that it has been a concern that money power, liquor, cash, drugs, freebies vitiates the election process. And Election Commission has got a zero tolerance into this area. We never want any abuse of money power or government machinery or any other provisions which vitiate the electoral process or which gives an inducement. It should be absolutely free, inducement-free elections, and for which directions and have been given to the officers. We have held meetings with the officers of the DCs, the police officers, and the senior level also. We have shown our concerns that the seizure of liquor, drugs, cash should have to be dealt with a very heavy hand, because we do not want any inducement which is to be given to any of the voter. Excise commissioners have been told to reinforce efforts to plug illicit flow of liquor. Unusual distribution of freebies is to be monitored and checked. Action plan thus drawn up will be reviewed during our next visit also. The Commission has directed that warehouses be inspected and weekly periodic review be done by each district. The Commission has desired a weekly report also from the enforcement agencies as to how much efforts are being done by them to stop all this menace. In order to tackle the issue of drug menace during elections, NCB and DRI have been particularly asked to devise a strategy for stepping the seizures and checking of interstate cross-border drug movement. The Commission also had a meeting with the IGBSF. Commission will be reviewing the matter with the DG NCB at Delhi also. All political party representatives have been urged to be vigilant and report cases of freebies distribution. Citizen vigil by using the C-Vigil app is a force multiplier. I would also request through the media that there should be proper education planned by the media, and there should be a proper information about the C-Vigil app, which is a very important app in which every citizen, any citizen can download this app and can inform and upload the picture or the description to the Election Commission of India, and within 100 minutes, the Election Commission will take action against that. It is not necessary to give your name also. You just upload the picture. If you want to give your name, it is your choice. But the citizen will have to be participated into this particular exercise. We would like that there should be more dissemination of this particular app. And in some of the states, they have done it. In the last elections, we have seen it, and the good results have come. So that everybody will fear to do all these things, because once we are capturing the details and communicating to the ECI, and it is our commitment within 100 minutes, that person will be reaching to that particular place. So C-Vigil is an important tool, and the citizens, for the empowerment of the citizens that we want, and it should be widely communicated by the media friends. And for expenditure monitoring, as we know that if some extra expenditure is being done, the Commission has developed a multi-pronged comprehensive strategy for curbing the use of money power in elections. The Chief Electoral Officer has constituted a committee of 14 nodal officers for monitoring of election expenditure and to ensure strict vigil. The enforcement agencies have been asked to identify expenditure-sensitive constituencies. Border-sensitive areas have also been taken note of the two-step of the vigil. All DOs will constitute the election expenditure monitoring teams as per ECI instructions. Flying squads and static surveillance teams will be constituted to check distribution of cash, liquor, drugs, and freebies in sensitive pockets and border areas. More coordination amongst the enforcement agencies like Police, Income Tax, Narcotics Control Bureau, Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, Railway Protection Force is being reinforced rather than agencies working in silos. A proper coordination is required among all the agencies, which has been communicated very strongly to all the agencies. No nakas will be diverted, strict vigil will be maintained to prevent use of money power. The Commission has directed the Department of Excise to establish an effective system for prohibiting the distribution of liquor. Mobile squads of the Commercial Tax Department will monitor any attempt of distribution of freebies. Transactions of money will be monitored, and foolproof arrangements would be made to monitor suspicious banking transactions. State-level bankers have been told in no uncertain terms that deviations of non-reporting of suspicious transactions by the bank will be viewed very adversely. The IT department will also deploy quick response teams throughout the state. 50 expenditure observers as well as general and police observers will be deployed. These expenditure observers, the general observers, and the police observers will be from different states so that they can do absolute work with a neutrality, with impartiality, and they can be in a position to implement the guidelines of the Election Commission of India. And they can, I would like to convey through you the importance of the observers, that once they come to the state, they will put their numbers. And if the person comes to know of any deviation, they should talk to the election observers so that the elections can be done in absolutely free and fair manner. But the information has to be given. The citizens will have to be important. They will be doing their own job, definitely. But if anything comes to the knowledge of the citizens or the voters, they should be intimated to them so that action can be taken. We will also be putting as special observers who are senior officers to oversee the smooth conduct of elections. They will also be from senior retired officers of IAS and IPS and IRS to look after the whole provisions at the state level. The Commission has also directed RBI to reiterate instructions in SLBC that bank cash transfers be permitted only in the designated vehicles with the due documentation. Otherwise, the amount is liable to be seized. Because generally it is said that it is bank money and it goes away. But we have said that very clear documentation should be there. Otherwise, that will be treated as illegal money. Law and order management has also been taken due cognizance of by the Commission. Commission has reviewed the concerns about the law and order situation with the district magistrates and the police officers. Concerned officials have been directed to ensure speedy executions of non-bailable warrants and speedy disposal of pending cases of electoral offences. The Commission has been informed that out of 2,470 registered cases in 2017 elections, in 878 cases, the accused have been convicted. So once the cases have been registered during electoral process of a misuse of the election machinery, the persons have been convicted as well. Another area, which is another very important area, is the vulnerable constituencies. The officers have identified the vulnerable constituencies, and adequate CAPF deployment will be ensured so that no one is able to unduly influence the voters or intimidate them. To ensure optimum and effective utilization of the state police officials and the CAPF, the Commission has directed that a committee of CO, state police nodal officers, and the state CAPF to coordinate for jointly deciding the election security plan and ensure randomization of the state police and the CAPF personnel. The Commission has taken note of increased force deployment required due to increase in number of polling stations. Among other measures to ensure ethical election, emphasis is also given on mandatory publicity of criminal antecedent. This is an absolutely mandatory requirement now, that if a candidate has got a criminal history, that will be absolutely published by the candidate in 3 journals, 3 papers, and in the media also, as well as the political party has also required to publish that. So basically, we are also going to have launch an app also in which you will find the persons, the candidate with a criminal antecedent, so that a person can absolutely, a voter can identify that if a candidate is having a criminal antecedent, he can choose as to what type of a candidate he is. That campaign will be also be there for Know Your Candidate. That is a very important thing that we would like that the voter should know about the candidate, and our endeavor will be to give complete facts about the candidate, and especially the criminal antecedent of any candidate, and that will be available on our site, and ECI will monitor it very regularly. Because of the COVID situations, the Commission has held a specific consultation with the Health Secretary and the Health Nodal Officers. We have made all arrangements for the polling stations to be absolutely COVID-safe environment. And we will be providing the mask, sanitizers, and the polling booths will be sanitized, and thermal scanners will be there to identify the temperature. And all possible situations will be considered, like social distancing norms will be done. Because COVID is there, so we had a discussion with the Health Ministry also. The procurement of these materials will be done, and that will be provided to the polling booths, so that our polling booths should be absolutely COVID safe, and our voters should have a complete faith and communication that our polling booths are safe and it is safe to go and cast their votes. The facilitation through IT applications. The Commission has devised specific IT applications to aid political parties, polling personnel, and also the citizens. As regards of the partial treatment by the local authorities of granting or not granting permissions to rallies, etc., and use of public grounds, the Commission has directed effective use of the single window system, facilitation through IT applications, that is Suvidha application, Suvidha IT app, from which a political party can ask for the ground for rallies, and this is online situation, and the first come first serve basis will be done. The DOs have been directed to ensure that it should be absolutely the first come, first served basis. And the DOs have also been asked to identify the grounds with the social distancing norms also, so that there should be no undue crowd onto those grounds. And therefore, they will be publishing also those grounds so that there should be no difficulty for political parties at all. As far as the VVPAT is concerned, the Commission has already decided that all the polling booths, the EVM will be equipped with VVPAT. So there should be 100% deployment of the EVM with VVPAT, with the factor that the person will be having a complete faith in the EVM system, because seeing is believing. Once you have seen your vote is there, absolutely there's a faith, there's more faith into the system, and the VVPAT will be provided to all the polling stations without any difference. Keeping increasing incident of misuse of social media and menace of paid news as a result of ECI's vigorous persuasion, major social media platforms agreed to observe voluntary code of ethics formulated by the then from March 2019. These will be applicable in these elections also, as has been done in the various elections earlier. The Commission requests all political parties and candidates to ensure that their supporters do not indulge in any hate speech and fake news. And through you, I also like to convey them that they should follow the MCC properly, so that the complaints regarding the hate speech should not emerge. And a strict watch on social media posts is being kept to ensure that election atmosphere is not vitiated. Media organizations may also be more alert, vigilant, and responsible for matters related to fake news and paid news cases. We need your help. We need your cooperation. We need your support for all these measures, absolutely, as the media is always the friend of the ECI. And media has always, put a lot of prachar and prasar, I would say in Hindi, that what are the policies of the media, what are the ECI, what is the rights of the voters, how should they cast the vote. So we would like that that type of, educational endeavor by the media should also continue. To sum up, I would like to say that Election Commission of India reiterates its commitment to ensure free, fair, peaceful, accessible, inclusive, and inducement-free elections. The enforcement agencies have been asked to step up their vigil to ensure that interstate and cross-border movement of drugs, liquor, and cash is effectively checked. ECI would take action against any partisan officer. The Commission surely would be visiting the state again to review the action taken by the enforcement agencies. Adequate CAPF and experienced observers would be deputed to oversee a smooth conduct of free and fair elections in the state. Elections are literally the festival of democracy. We hope all electors will participate wholeheartedly. I would urge the political party representatives and citizens to extend their cooperation in ensuring free and fair elections and participate to the maximum. They should use their franchise to increase the voter turnout. Only then the democracy will be further strengthened. The Commission has always considered the media to be an important stakeholder as well in the electoral process. We seek your cooperation in the forthcoming elections too. I would reiterate that the media organizations too should help spread the awareness about ethical voting and instill the sense of duty in every eligible citizen to make full use of the right to vote. Thank you so much.
Sir, can we go ahead and take a few questions now?
Okay.
लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट के तौर पे काउंट हो पंजाब में?
Which legal document which you talk?
मैनिफेस्टो जो होता है, पार्टीज मैनिफेस्टो जो होते हैं सर, जो वादे किए जाते हैं उसको एक तरीके से लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट के तौर पर लिया जाए. क्या ऐसा कोई प्रावधान है अभी इलेक्शन कमीशन के सामने कि इसको कोई लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट अनाउंस किया जाए?
अभी ऐसा कोई प्रावधान नहीं है आरपी एक्ट में कि इसको लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट के तौर पर लिया जाए.
ओके.
हाँ,
आप लें
प्लीज वन बाय वन. शेफाली जी विल
पहले-
कोऑर्डिनेट. शेफाली जी विल प्लीज कोऑर्डिनेट.
जी सर. कृपया
Thank you very much for long statement, which has got so many valuable things. My two questions are, number one, since Punjab is a border state, how many central companies, central forces companies you are deploying here to maintain the law and order? My second question is, how would you control the social media which would give generally the trend of the voter and the parties who is winning, who is losing? How would you control that?
Can you introduce yourself?
Pardon?
Can you introduce yourself?
I am GC Bhardwaj. Earlier I was in government media. For the last 16 years I am with private media, print media, Rosanna spokesman.
Okay. So the first question, that how many CPF will be applied, we have discussed with our all police forces and SSPs and the DG police, and we will make the assessment accordingly, and the adequate number of CPF companies will be deployed to ensure free and fair elections. So that assessment is being made on the basis of various inputs given by the police force to us and the state administration. Second question is regarding the social media. Nobody can create an atmosphere which vitiates the election process. With that thing in the mind, in 2019, a voluntary code of ethics was developed, which is absolutely, unique to India. And I will feel very good about it, that no other country could do that. And in 2019, only something around 1,000 posts were removed when the ECI intervenes into this thing that this post is not appropriate. And if still something goes wrong or something wrong is posted by them, it is not removed by them, then that FIR will also be filed against the persons, because nobody can be allowed to vitiate the atmosphere. And we will not hesitate in filing the FIR.
Next question
Next.
from you in the row 4.
I am Lalit from ASA. मेरा सवाल है, आज कैबिनेट ने मंजूरी दे दी है कि अब वोटर कार्ड को आधार कार्ड के साथ जोड़ दिया जाएगा
जी।
तो क्या आपको लगता है कि इससे फर्जी वोटिंग को रोकने में कामयाबी मिलेगी? क्योंकि 2015 में भी चुनाव आयोग ने इस तरह की कोशिश की थी, और कोई हमारे पास कुछ इस तरह का डाटा है कि कितनी फर्जी वोटिंग, इस तरह से फर्जी वोटिंग होती है?
देखिए, इसमें फर्जी वोटिंग का सवाल नहीं है। इसमें जो सवाल है कि एक व्यक्ति 2 जगह वोटर हो गया, और वो भी ऐसा नहीं है जैसे आज आप यहाँ पोस्टेड हैं, आप यहाँ वोटर हो गए और कल आपका ट्रांसफर कहीं बाहर हो जाता है तो आपने वहां भी अपने आप को वोटिंग करा लिया। सिमिलरली बहुत से गांव के लोग जो कहीं बाहर माइग्रेंट लेबर जाती है तो वो गांव का वोट अपना जरूर आवश्यक रखती है, बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन रीजंस, एंड दे आल्सो एनरोल देमसेल्व्स इन अनदर प्लेस वेयर दे वर्क. So while linking to Aadhaar, we will be giving them only one place as a unique voter. So suppose I am saying that we have got 2.1 crore voter in Punjab. There can be certain persons who are a voter in Punjab also, and they can be voter in Bombay also if they are posting over there. So by linking to Aadhaar, we will be in a position to delete the duplicate voters. It is not the bogus voting. A person who is in Bombay or a person who is in Punjab, he cannot come every day to cast vote here also and to vote there also. And for polling booth itself, we have already taken measures, and our team has already worked that if in a particular booth a person has enrolled twice, those persons after verification and after getting the form 7 or form 8 from them, we have already deleted that process. But ultimately, it is the purity of electoral rolls basically. We want that our electoral roll should be absolutely pure. At present, we have got something around 93.17 crore voters as on date on the electoral roll of the India as such. There can be certain persons who are having a duplicate voters. So by linking to Aadhaar to that, we will be in a position to put only one person as a one polling stations. It is not that he can be enrolled at 2 or 3 places.
सर नानप्रीत सिंह प्राइम
ABP Sonja, जोश जज्बा जुनून।